with a priest. Staring down the barrel of a gun, the life of a black and brown man. So I have to teach my sons, be prepared for the trial that will come, and be a wise man in any situation. You can't be dumb. I never teach them to run. I breed and raise up warrior, defending the faith at all costs. That's the story of a priest in the UPK. Most niggas don't have the heart to live and thrive through my day to day. One West is the only way. You have to bury me a priest like my fathers. I can see it any other way to dumb it down, just to say the least. We want no cowards in our camp, and we will never pray for kind of peace. Our Lord is no G, and you can bet on that. We stand firm and never flee. My brothers got my back. One nation that's built on brotherhood, and understand we despise all your lies. You feeling froggy, bitch, we wish you. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you've been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated.
Like the ungodly, you have to be different than everybody else. That's what we're up here teaching our people, to be different than everybody else. And that's what most people have a problem with when they come over here, because they don't understand and they believe that we should all be equal. Well, God, this Bible right here doesn't teach equality to the chosen people. This Bible says that the chosen people should be above all other people. What does that mean? That means that we should look at one another and prefer one another over everybody else. That means that we should act differently than everybody else. It doesn't teach us that we should be equal to everybody else. The Christian church teaches you that. Martin Luther King taught you that. But Martin Luther King didn't teach the teachings of the Bible. He taught the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. If anybody understands Martin Luther King and what he taught, he didn't teach the teachings of the Bible. He taught the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. And that's what we don't teach. We teach what the scriptures say. And the scriptures say that the holy people, the chosen people, should be different, man. And it's about time for the chosen people to wake up, man. Give me Romans chapter 11 and 13. Give me 13 and 11. It's about time for the chosen people to wake up, man. How much more killing do we have to have before we actually open our eyes, man, and see what's right in front of us? How much more killing do we have to see before we finally notice and learn, man, that, we cannot be amongst evil people, man, and be unlike evil people? The things that we do in the black and Hispanic community, man, these are learned behaviors. Somebody might go and be like, well, you know what? Y'all kill each other just as much as white people kill y'all too. Somebody might say that. You know what I'm saying? To think that they have a point. And they don't understand that us killing one another is a learned behavior, man. We have been taught to kill one another. It wasn't just one day we woke up and said, you know what, man, let's just start, gang banging. Let's just start selling dope. Let's just start, being robbers. We learned all of that from America, man. Who was the Americans were the first gangbangers. They were the first, drug dealers. Ain't no bigger drug dealer than George Bush. You know what I'm saying? George Bush pushed all kind of dope and heroin inside of the black and Hispanic community, man. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't nobody a bigger drug dealer than George Bush, man. We just try to be like George Bush. We many George Bushes. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? We try to be like him. But what we cannot do is sell more dope than our oppressors, man. We can't do it. We can't, kill more than our oppressors, man. You know what I'm saying? We came over here in slavery. And you Hispanics, don't think y'all different either. Because the reason why your last name is Gonzalez, the reason why your last name is Hernandez, is because the Spaniards conquered your people just like our people was conquered. The same way our names is Johnson and Jones and, what else? What else some popular names? Williams, because our people was conquered by the same people that the Hernandez and the Gonzalez's were conquered also. You know what I'm saying? It was learned, and they taught us out their ways, man. And that's how we became murderers. That's how we became gangbangers. That's how we became drug dealers. Because we learned the ways of the people who conquered us, man. And that's why we still doing that to this day. It's not rocket science, man. This is learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for us to wake up, man, and understand that we have people who are our enemies in America. It's hard for, I don't understand how a black man or a Hispanic man can wake up in the morning, look himself in the mirror and think that he's equal with America. I don't get it. When all of the evidence is right there in front of them. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up, man, and start to notice that the people who have had our people in captivity, we was in captivity for 400 years. I ain't say 4 years. I ain't say 40 years. I said 400. 400 years, man. How all of a sudden you believe that these people are friends now? Like the brother was bringing out earlier, man, they was up there talking. It was a black man. He was talking to this dude, Peyton. That Peyton dude, he talked to him for an hour and a half, man, about all the things in the world. The Peyton said that he was a genius. About all the things in the world. And then, you know, after he got through talking to him, man, Peyton didn't look at him as a brother. Even though the black man looked at Peyton as a brother. He said he felt that he was out of place, so he went over there to comfort him. He went over there to talk to him, instead of looking at him like he's an enemy. Not because of his skin color either. We don't look at, they're not supposed to look at him because of his skin color. But like Martin Luther King said, because of the content of his character. The content of his character. The evidence is the evidence, all the evidence that we need to prove that the white man is the devil.
That's right.
The contents of his character. Like Martin Luther King said, I know y'all love Martin Luther King, but he said, look at their content, look at their character. You know what I'm saying? They hate you, black man, with a passion, man. You do what I'm saying? And it ain't just a natural hate. This hatred been going on since you've been here. You do what I'm saying? And then it be our own people to come and be like, well, why is y'all, hatred? I got so much hatred. You know what I'm saying? Why do we got so much hatred? And you know what? My ancestors is rolling over in their grave when you say that. When you say, man, when you ask the gazelle, why does he don't want to be eaten by the lion? You know what I'm saying? You asking the sheep why he don't want to be eaten, by the wolf. You know what I'm saying? And then we tell you why we don't want to be eaten. And tell us we need to separate ourselves from the wolves. How about we separate ourselves from the wolves? That'll lessen our chances of being ate by them. People say, why don't we just, get along with them? Why don't we just, try to, befriend them? Why can't we be equal with them? Why can't we love the lion? Why can't we love the wolf? You know why we can't love them? Because naturally, a wolf and a sheep is at odds with one another. Naturally. And naturally, black man, since you've been over in America, the white man has been against you. He has been at odds against you. Ain't no proof to say otherwise. You can say what you want to say. There is no proof to say otherwise. And if those people would have noticed that man that came up to the top store was a wolf, then maybe they could have been alive today. Maybe they would still be alive today if they could have just thought that this man right here is a predator, man, and we are his prey. But we don't believe that because we was taught not to believe that. In the black community, man, they tell you to give up your guns. The black churches, man, they go through the black community and tell them to give up their guns. Turn over your guns. If you try to go into the white community and do that, man, it'll be a riot. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a riot. And the NRA going to be against you. They're going to speak up against that. But they don't speak up about a black man being able to legally have guns. We believe, and by the way, we believe in guns over here. That's so just right. In case you were thinking that we ain't got none, we got guns. All right. Because we are legally allowed to have guns. But black man, it's time for you to wake up. Give me Romans 13:11.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Black man, Hispanic man, it's time for you to wake up out of your sleep, man. You've been stuck inside of Martin Luther King's dream for the last 60 years. You've been stuck in his dream for the last 60 years. You know what I'm saying? It's time to wake up out of Martin Luther King's dream. All right? Because Martin Luther King's dream has gotten us nothing but killed, man, raped, robbed, and murdered in America. You do what I'm saying? They got him killed. Yeah, it didn't save him. His own dream didn't save him. Them same people he told you to hold hands with, they killed him too. You do what I'm saying? It's time for you to wake up out of Martin Luther King's dream. Because Martin Luther King's dream is getting us murdered, man. It's getting us killed and destroyed inside of America. And we gotta wake up, man, and notice, man, that we all we got, man. We all that we have over here in America. And that's how it always been. We just ain't recognize it because we've been listening to the oppressors. Them same people, when you get mad and then, you know, after they kill one of you and go marching to them, you marching to the people who killing you. Then the sheep is marching to the wolf and telling the wolf to stop killing them. And the wolf ain't got no other choice but to kill you because he's a wolf. And we got a problem, you know, and where is it? As a matter of fact, man, why ain't no uproar? We just lost 10 of our elderly people, man. Why ain't no uproar? Where's Black Lives Matter at? You dig what I'm saying? Where's Black Lives Matter at when we started to kill, you know, when people kill us, man? You know, it's easy for us to go against the system. It's easy for us to protest the system. But you know, it's really hard to protest the average American. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to look at the average American. You know, white supremacy is systematic, right? But it's played out by the average American. White supremacy would be no good if the average American didn't buy into it and keep it alive. But we don't want to go against the average American. We don't want to believe that, you know, Cindy at my job really hate me. We don't want to believe that. We don't want to believe that Tom, you know, at my job, he really hate me. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let them come to the cookout and make potato salad with raisins in it. You know what I'm saying? We want them to come to the cookout. But we don't want to believe that they hate us with all the being in their body. We don't want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Tom gave me a raise, so he got to be a good person. He gave me a raise at the job. You know, we walking around, we seeing all these, you know, potential serial killers walking around us right now. You know what I'm saying? Downtown Nashville is one of the most dangerous places in the world for a black man right now. You look around downtown Nashville, man, you have a potential serial killer everywhere. Everywhere you look, to the left, to the right. It's one of the most dangerous places. And some of y'all are married to these serial killers. Some of y'all are married and are sleeping with these serial killers right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth of the matter, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm under the assumption that, you know, everybody walking through here got, you know, an AR-15 in the car and ready to air it out at any moment. Because all the evidence proves so. And it's time for you to wake up. Read it one more time.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
And our salvation is nearer, man. It's getting closer and closer. But guess what's keeping you away from your salvation? You trying to be like your oppressor. That's what's keeping you away from your salvation. Why do I say that? Because your oppressor don't believe in the things of God. They don't believe that. Pork is, you know, a delicacy in America. Well, God clearly hates pork. You know what I'm saying? Rape, rob, and murder, you know, that's the order of the day in America. But God clearly hates rape, rob, and murder. Homosexuality. God hates homosexuality. God hates abortion. You know what I'm saying? God hates all of that. But clearly, America loves it. Because they've been doing it, you know, Roe versus Wade been up for the last, 50 years? Last 50 years, there's been Roe versus Wade. And what people don't even understand is Jane Roe, the so-called Jane Roe, She lied and said that a gang of black men gang raped her to get Roe versus Wade pushed. And guess what? Jane Roe is actually against abortions now. She's an anti-abortionist. You know what I'm saying? This is some of the facts that our people just don't know. She's an anti-abortionist. And she hated the fact that she lied and said that black men gang raped her to get abortions passed in the 70s. She hated that fact, that she lied and said black men gang raped her. This is some of the facts that, man, our people don't know.
War with a priest. Staring down the barrel of a gun, the life of a black and brown man. So I have to teach my sons, be prepared for the trial that will come, and be a wise man. And in this situation, you can't be dumb. I never teach you to run. I breed and raise up warrior, defending the faith at all costs. That's the story of a priest in the UPK. Most niggas don't have the heart to live and thrive through my day to day. One West is the only way. You have to bury me a priest like my fathers. I can see it any other way to dumb it down, just to say the least. We want no cowards in our camp, and we will never pray for kind of peace. Our Lord is no G, and you can bet on that. We stand firm and never flee. My brothers got my back. One nation that's built on brotherhood, and understand we despise all your lies. You feeling froggy, bitch? We wish you. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep.